Yeah, we've had around 50 teams come over and compete today in Albany Creek. Teams as far as far north Queensland all the way down to Gold Coast. Age grades are covering from under 12s, under 13s, under 14s and under 16s. It's been a massive effort from Albany Creek as well to organise the event along with us, as well as provide all the volunteers to make this a successful event. Yeah, we saw some really good competitive games throughout all of the grades, in particular in the under 14s. Was a bit of a highlight for the day with a couple of tight games where there was a few surprises in some of the results. Country teams performing very, very well in day one. It's an awesome event, obviously. It's really critical for our talent ID and all of the age grades. From this tournament we'll pick a city versus countryside. They'll end up playing before the Brumbies versus Reds game next Friday. We've had players in previous years who've gone through our systems and pathways that have ended up playing for the Reds. So this is a really, really massive opportunity for kids involved with this tournament. This year in particular for the under 16 category, it's quite an important year, the reintroduction of the national under 16 competition. So this weekend we'll see kids from the regions as well as the city trialling to put their best foot forward to try and make that team. We've had guys such as Quade Cooper, Duncan Paiua who have come through the Queensland under 16s program. So again, it's a massive opportunity for kids who are playing this weekend at the tournament.
Yeah, I think it's a really good opportunity for the guys that probably don't get a lot of chance to play at this level to come down and see what the rest of the state's got. Obviously, we've put a lot of emphasis over the last few years on our sort of country pathways and how our boys are being able to represent it at the state level, and that's sort of shown by a number of our blokes being able to be picked up into representative sides and further their careers into Queensland and onto national sides. So it's a huge weekend, and we're very happy to be involved. It's great to be able to have those guys such as Hamish Stewart, who's now recontracted with the Reds, to have shown that he's come through this pathway, and for our guys to have that standard that's not too high above them, and that they can realise that players like him, Harry Hoopert, Marcus Vanzardi, these other kids that have come through our region, that could be them in a few years, and really something to aim for. I guess that's not too far out of their reach.
Rep rugby is really important for retention of our players. We want to make sure our players involved in under 13 rep feed through and stay involved in our clubs, lifelong involvement. So that's what we're aiming for. So these sorts of road trips or travelling away with a team and staying together and having fun on and off the field, it's an important part of rugby, and it's an important part of our programs to keep these players involved in rugby union in Townsville. I think for most of them, they probably look up to the Queensland Country Healers. Their campaign's happening at the moment, and when we got on the bus on Wednesday afternoon, a few of the boys tuned in on the live stream to watch them play. So they've got players from their clubs playing for the Healers. So it's fantastic for them to be able to see those guys as role models that are involved in their clubs back home, and hopefully play well and get to wear the country jersey later on this month.